All right, well, welcome back. We're not even going to do that whole countdown thing because I think we got our lives sorted out. Hey, people are jumping back in. Thank you for coming back, Teraboo Art Army, after all the dropped frames thing. I know. We fixed it. We had a setting incorrect. We were trying to pump about 1,000,000 times too many bit frames or frame rates or whatever to the internet worlds. So we're back. So, hey, thanks everybody. If you are joining and coming back, really excited that you're here. I am going to be sharing and talking about a bunch of fun stuff that I am launching today, have launched in the last couple days, going to be launching soon. Really exciting stuff. If you're here, let me know. Say what's up in the chat. We got Koshnas and we got Ragni and Stephanie, and if I Stefan, maybe I'm reading that wrong. Hey, welcome everybody. Really pumped to be here. I hope your Friday is going really well. And the whole point of today is to talk about not only the things that I'm launching, but talk about the process in which I launched them. Some of it's going to be client work, some of it's going to be personal work, some of it's going to be product work. It's going to be different things. So let's just hang out a little bit on Friday and chat about that process, because all of these things are very nothing special about me and nothing special about my skill set, but I'm able to launch and kind of push all these things and make them go live. So hey, let me know if the live stream's coming in clear. It seems like we get no drop frame rate. Seems like things are looking good. So hey, let's talk about this first thing, which is that one of the first things that's dropping is that my live stream setup is working now. Can we just all say, yay, that's awesome. And we got people joining in the chat. Hey, thanks for being here. If you have questions of any kind, could be questions about career, freelancing, design, development, launching products, about anything that we're going to cover, then feel free to chime in as we get started here, because this is just time. It's time for question asking. It's time for fun. Okay, so let's do that right now. Let's go first. So the first thing that I'm really pumped on that is being launched, and that is a client project. So let's talk about client projects really quickly. I have this really great client that you guys are gonna love because it's such an awesome purpose, such an awesome reason to exist as a product. And this product is called So Much Better. And the whole idea here is to do well-being with friends. And we all know that social media is life-sucking a little bit, and there's just too much of it. People are just constantly trying to capture your attention and hold your attention and sell your data and leverage your attention. And So Much Better is a client that came to me a while ago, and they are really trying to do something different, which is to understand how you're feeling, to understand your emotions, and then to share those emotions in a very real way with your friends. And so we got a nice little landing page here for them. Really cool, really fun, really awesome people. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm actually just gonna open up my phone here, and hopefully we can get it to run on screen. Why don't we just jump over and see if we can do that? So here we go. I got my phone open, and you can see I got So Much Better right there. It's launching. This app is in constant development. They are working on it, perfecting it. Go to the App Store, go to the Google Play Store, go to the iOS App Store, give them a like, leave them a review, download it, check it out, because it's a different type of thing. So you can see here we got a nice feed, and the whole idea here is that I can't see my friends' check-ins until I check in myself. So we help them really like strategize and build out all the UX and the flows and all the interactions and the UI here. My team has been working really hard on it, me and my agency team. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm probably just going to go and create a check-in, and I get to pick how I'm feeling right now, which is really fun. So I'm feeling pretty high energy, pretty good mood. I'm going to start there, and we get to work with this really nice grid of emotions. I'm feeling really motivated, and if I want to add a second emotion to kind of like mix it up a little bit, give me some more depth and insights, I can do that. I'm feeling pretty thrilled right now. It's all positive for me. Hey, I have bad days. We all have bad days. But today I'm feeling pretty orange. I'm feeling pretty alive. So I'm gonna go ahead and click next here. And you can see it says, hey, you're feeling motivated and thrilled because of, because of a lot of things. So I'm just gonna put life at the moment right down here in the bottom left-hand corner. I'm feeling really motivated and thrilled because of life at the moment. And then I get some really cool AI integrations, which is fun because AI can be thrown around a lot and it can be used for a lot of redundant reasons, a lot of no good reasons. But in this case, I think they're using AI in a really good reason. And that is sometimes I don't know how I'm feeling. and it would be nice if I could know how I'm feeling. And so you can see here, like I can just click on some reasons. It's going to give me some cool AI prompts that have to do with maybe why I'm feeling this way. I have a sense of purpose that's driving me forward, or maybe I'm owning my strengths. My hard work is paying off and it's feeling great. Let's do that. And then it leads me over to actions. I can add another one of these in here, which is really, really cool. I'm celebrating my wins, acknowledging my progress. That feels fun. Cool. And then we can head over into the media portion where I get to choose either, here I am, I get to either choose to do like a boomerang or maybe an image, or I can find a nice GIF, and it's going to preload a bunch of fun GIFs for me. Let's go with this one. This one seems really, really fun, and go ahead and use that GIF. I love it. And I get to choose who I want to share it to. Do I want to share it just to my friends? Do I want to share it to a specific group? I'm going to go ahead and share it just to my friends, so there's some privacy there. And we get a little bit of gamification. I'm scoring some XP as I do it. I'm starting like a streak of mental health, which is really, really fun. And then there's my post. I can see it right there. I can also come in here and I can chat with my friends. I can go over here and see all my friends and find the suggestions to make new friends. And I can also see my current XP level. Now, pretty soon we're going to be releasing some new stuff here in this app where there's more dialed in metrics. There's more analytics. So I can start to pull together some of my consistent learnings and get some reflections on how I'm feeling. And this is really, really fun. It's been a very, very fun project to work on. I'm just going to close a few things here, and I'm going to open up so much better inside of Figma so you guys can kind of see this. So this is how I organize projects. We have a nice big client project here, and we can jump into, you can see like all the work that's being done here. We have onboarding screens, we have check-in screens, we have feed screens, which you just saw a bunch of those feeds. So notice how like dialed in like the production actually is. I'm really proud of the development teams for being so on par and really pixel perfect. And a lot of that, let's just talk process now. Something that you can kind of take away from this is one of the things I've really been honing over the last 3 or 4 years of my career is trying to get really good at documentation and upkeep, maintenance, design systems, so that that design and developer handoff process is really, really smooth, and we can get the best possible production application that we can get. A lot of that happens through communication. And so this is just the actual design file. We have an entire design system, and I would say that design system file is very robust. I'm not going to go in and show it to you because that's a whole nother conversation. But Koshna says, is this app only a prototype or is it developed already? It's developed. It's in the app stores. You can go look for So Much Better inside the iOS and Android application stores, and you can download it today. You should give them some love, show them some love, because they got real good hearts behind their mission and their purpose. But you can just see like we're making sure that we name everything, we address everything. So we're looking at, for instance, the flow of screens for 3,000, that's friends, and then we have even deeper kind of understanding of what this is. This is address 3100 friends main screen. So again, we're laying out our design files in a way where we can reference them really quickly. We can say things like, hey, we're speaking right now about friends 3100. Find me there. Let's chat about that. And we can leave you notes and documentation on that whole thing. So that process is very helpful. It's a strong process that allows for a lot of documentation, a lot of understanding, a lot of clarity when it comes to the designs. But I'm very, very excited about this application. It's coming together really, really good. Actually, if we go back on our feed and kind of find like a friend here, here's a friend. I can actually, what's really cool is I can click here and I can leave my friend a comment, and these are also AI driven as well. So if I don't know what to say to my friend, sometimes AI can just give me a little bit of help, which is really, really nice. Is there work to be done on this app? Is it a perfect app yet? No, but this is what we're talking about. Progression over perfection is building something and developing it to make it better and better. So that's the first thing that we're kind of launching and doing, and it's nice. We've been working on this project for a while now. It's finally getting it out. So that's really, really fun. The next one actually has to do with a previous comment in the failed V1 of this live stream today with all those dropped frames. We actually were chatting about courses, and I have a course that you can go be a part of. It's a 30-day UI design course, and it is, I suppose you might say, a little bit more on the pricey side of things, right? Because it's a robust course. We're talking like 40 plus hours of content, 30 plus exercise files, monthly events, a certificate of completion. It's a beast of a course. And if you're not ready for that course, because it's an investment and you have to invest in yourself. And I understand there's different locales and different economies, and maybe you can't afford it. And I have student discounts and things like that for it. But, and my YouTube channel is always here for free content like this, but I do have something kind of in between, which is Design Champs, which you could sign up for free. Now, this is kind of the second thing we're kind of relaunching. This is the website 1.0. And really all it was kind of a landing page to give you some kind of idea of what Design Champs was, but we have built out a new 2.0 version, and we've actually just launched it. So designchamps.io is now going to lead you here to the new and improved, renovated, revised website. Has a lot more clarity, has a lot more action here. It also just looks a whole lot better. So we can just see, again, a lot of that information that's going on here. But then you also have access to things like, for instance, like all the different features of Design Champs. So we do the 3 C's. We do courses, community, and challenges, which is really, really nice. And you can click on courses. We have a nice, robust course listing. Finally, I'm like really excited about this. So this is revamped, renovated, all new. You can kind of click on all the different types. You want a free course. We have plus courses or premium courses. Do you want something that has to do with Figma or UI design or freelancing? And we're building out, we're launching more and more courses in this course library. Really, really exciting. And that leads me to my next big announcement, which is that we have just launched in partnership with Lottie some free certification courses, which is really, really fun. So I'm trying to go bring some of those up right now if we can. And let's jump over to the Twitters. Here I am live actually right now. But hey, look at that. LottieFiles. Like, they have just introduced really 2 certifications. Number 1 is the LottieFiles for Figma certification, and then the LottieFiles for Webflow certification, of which yours truly is leading and teaching those, which is really, really fun. So you can find those actually here on the LottieFiles link. You can check them out on Twitter or whatnot. But you can also head over to Design Champs, and I have the first one up there already. All the information about that LottieFiles certification. And it's basically like a really quick, fast, snappy, I think it's 8 lessons or 9 lessons. By the time you're done, you'll kind of be a master of Lottie inside of Figma or inside of Webflow, which is really cool. So, and this brings up the question, Scred says, what kind of tools did you use? That's a great question. So I'm actually running my entire Design Champs website and everything off of Framer. And so you can see I had a previous build of it here, and it was in a separate project. And I just want to say this one thing about Framer. It was really easy to switch everything over. I basically came into my domain stuff and I just removed, I basically said, hey, drop this off, because I already had everything set up with my DNS and my domain and pointing here to make the website go live. I basically just deleted it from here, walked over to my new version, popped it in place, and we were up and running with our Framer, our new 2.0 Framer website, which is great because you can kind of, if I go back to my dashboard here, you can see, let's go to all my projects I have going on right now. You can see I had 1.0 right here and 2.0 right here, and I was able to really develop this one separately and get it cooking, and then just literally took me 10 seconds to make the switch between the two. I had some questions about that. I wasn't sure how the transfer process was going to go, but it actually happened. I mean, it couldn't have been more smooth. It was 10 seconds and boom, like that. Somebody says, I like the Andrew Schultz look. Are we talking about the mustache? Cool. Right on. I appreciate that. So yeah, so building everything here in Framer for this website, custom pages, custom CMS integrations that we've built. Really, really fun. So you can see here's like our course page. And this is actually kind of fun. This is a pretty complex filtering system that's set up. And there's probably some other ways to do it in other platforms, but in Framer, the easiest way for me to do it is really just to build out a series of variants. So I build that layout holding all the course elements inside of Framer. And then I just have a variant that says, hey, in this CMS collection, we're basically just duplicating it. It's grabbing everything from our CMS here. You can see our courses CMS. I'm just saying, hey, now I just want you to filter out and show me the stuff that's, you can see right here, show me the stuff that's free, show me the stuff that is you know, plus, show me the stuff that has to do with Figma. And when I want to create like a new version here, or like a new filter or tag, all I have to do is really create that tag in the primary variant. So let's say later on I wanted to do one that had to do with UX design, which we got some stuff coming, which is really cool. I'll just add it here. It'll populate everywhere. I'll create a new variant of it, and I'll just filter it down on UI design, and boom, it'll pop into place here on the functioning website, and you'll be able to filter down that easy. So that filtering process was actually really, really fun to build for the website. Let's go back to courses, because pretty cool stuff. And each one of the courses, again, are all CMS driven. So if I click inside one of these, you're going to get all the details about the course and the requirements, and you can sign up for this one for free. So to answer my friend's question that was here during our first stream, you know, is, hey, some of these courses are pretty expensive. Some of them are free. And you can jump in right now on designchamps.io and get yourself some free stuff. Also, if you want to jump in, you can be part of the community. So there's a place you can come in, and everything to maybe further this question. I've really tried to drill down and find the best community situation for designers, and I've really landed on Circle. I've done a bunch of them. I've done Slack and Discord and Podia, and I tried a bunch of different stuff, and I really found that that Circle is the absolute best place. And you can actually, we'll just go and log in right now really quickly. Let's log into our Circle Design Champs platform. It's great. It's fantastic, because inside of here, you know, we have things like our own version of Dribbble that, you know, doesn't suck and allows us to post stuff and get really cool feedback. You have a bunch of like free resources you can grab a hold of. We have free events. And then we do have the Plus members, which is like basically the cost of like just the cost of basically a fancy latte a month, gets you into the Plus area. And that gets you access to things like member only posts and all of the short interviews that you find on my YouTube channel. The long form are here with all these amazing design superstars like Pablo Stanley and MDS and Femke and Dan Mall. You can watch the whole thing. It's amazing. And then we have like premium resources, and we have premium events, which we actually have one coming up in about half an hour, where I'm going to be walking through Figma's new UI 3, which, can we just talk about this really quickly? Because Figma launched some stuff. They brought their UI 3, and they kind of walked back a little bit. The community, the design community, complained about the floating panels, and they locked those panels. Fun story, I showed up to work one day, opened my laptop, and the panels were relocked to the side, and I went, is Figma gaslighting me right now? Are these supposed to be here? What happened to the floating panels? And I had to go dive and work through Twitter to figure out that's what had happened. So it's really cool. Hey, once you join the community too, if you want to, you have all the courses down here. And you can just jump into them depending on which tier you're on. If you're free, there's a bunch of free stuff. If you're, you know, if you're a Plus member, you get the Plus member stuff. If you are a UI, a 30-day UI design person, you have access to all of your course stuff here as well. So it's all in one spot. So relaunching the website, really like relaunching the community and making sure the community is the best possible community that we could have at Design Champs. And then we also are starting to introduce all of our monthly challenges, which is really, really fun. And this is another big launch that's happening. There's so many things. I'm so excited. This is another big launch. We've done challenges inside of Design Champs, but here's what we're starting to do. We were doing them like weekly or just kind of like sporadically. Now what we're going to do is a monthly design challenge. There's going to be one challenge a month. That means 12 challenges a year, and it's going to be a decent sized challenge, and you get to win prizes for like participating. So you just get to come be a part for free in the community, right? Submit your work. I'll give you feedback. Others will give you feedback, and then we'll be competing for rewards. So we're talking about free access to plugins or free access to courses, maybe even gift cards, reward cards, Amazon gift cards, like just cool stuff. Like we might even, the more and more people we get in there, the bigger the prizes might be. I would love, and I mean love, to give away like iPads and all sorts of cool stuff. We just got to get enough people participating inside of the challenges. But we've got great examples of work that people inside of the community are doing here. It's phenomenal. It's super fun. I'm really, really pumped. And I'm moving everything over from my 30-day UI design website, and everything is now going to live under really Design Champs. So that's kind of the big news, is like 30-day UI design is now living here, which is really fun. So we have a revamped 30-day UI website. It's super pretty. It's super awesome. I love it. I'm really, really excited about all the work that has gone on to, I just want to make a place where designers can come and grow and be encouraged and grow in confidence and grow in skill. And that's my kind of like vision for it. And the website and the community and the challenges and the courses are all part of it. So I'm really, really pumped. It's free to join. If you just want to join the free tier, jump in and check that out. It could be really, really fun. Okay. I'm here to answer questions, and I answered some questions, but there was a question of what tools did you use? People are saying, hi, I love you. I love you as well. I'm excited that you're here. A lot of new tools also being used. I want to talk about the next thing that has been launched, and that is my own personal product that got launched. So let's just jump in and take a look at that product, because I'm going to bring up the website, and it's really, at the end of the day, it's a mobile app, and it's now in its first round of private or closed testing. So this is 60 strong. This is my personal pet project that's launching, that is launched right now. It is a challenge application it's a faith-based challenge application. If you don't know, I'm a Christian. I love Jesus, and I'm part of my church, and I'm really active in my church. And so this is a challenge app that's for people of faith, and it challenges you on 6 different pillars: physical fitness, reading of the Bible, eating healthy food, daily prayers, building relationships with friends and family and loved ones, and staying accountable to your friends. And so it's a 6 kind of parter. It's really, really fun. And let's jump on over, because we have officially launched this baby. So I'm going to move over. You can see my entire list of games. Am I a nerd or what? Let's jump in. Here it is, here in the bottom right-hand corner, 60 strong. I'm going to launch the app, and it's up and running. And so to answer your questions, it is currently in the App Store, both Google Play and as well as the iOS App Store, but it is closed right now. You can't get into the app unless you have private code keys, basically. And so I'm running this right now with over 100 guys are in the very first challenge as my user test group. And we're testing through the app, and the app's real simple right now. Right now, you can't do much of it. Anything, because as you can see on the top there, it says that the challenge is starting actually in 2 days. And so I have over 100 guys that in 2 days are going to be starting a 60-day process, and they're going to be working on these 6 elements here. And so I'm literally I'm showing this to you on my phone right now. I'm mirroring it. This is live, real time. So you can see that the entire challenge happens over 60 days. And it takes place in basically these 6 pillars. So you basically establish what type of workouts you want to do for 60 days. And then you can mark those and put those in your feed, so you're able to check them off here each day. And each day you'll come in and you'll check off that you ate healthy, depending on which diet you've chosen. You can see here I'm going to be going gluten-free for 60 days, but you can go carnivore, keto, or whatever that is. And then you have 3 times a day you're going to pray. You have scripture right here in the app that you're going to read. You choose which relationships you want to build and work on. I want to work and strengthen the relationships with my parents, with my spouse, with my siblings, and with my friends. So I'm going to be calling somebody every day. And then I actually have in-app messaging. So really, really fun. I can jump over to the team screen here. And this is the team. So the app actually... when you sign up, will randomly place you on a team inside of this group. So you have one organization or group, that's my church right now, with over 100 guys in it. Sign up for the app using that private key code. You get in and you get randomly assigned to a team. So I got put on Team Alpha here, and these are my bros on my team. And you can see here we are chatting inside of the app. And then there's the leaderboard, because this is a competitive kind of thing a little bit, right? So you can see the global leaderboard right now and all the people that are currently testing this app and signed up. We've got a couple little bugs right there. Check those out. We got to get those numbers to go from left to right. We can fix that. You got all the people, but then you have everybody on their teams. So on the leaderboard, you'll be tracking between the team's progress, and the teams are competing against each other, but then we're all individually competing against one another. Castube says, what are we looking at right now? We're looking at a new product that I just launched. It's available in the iOS and Android app stores, and it's called 60 Strong. It's a challenge app. It's a faith-based challenge app, which is really, really fun. Let me show you the designs for this because I'm really excited, because you'll see how it kind of came to life a little bit. Let's open up the mobile app. See, here we have our design screens that my team and I worked on. And you have, for instance, all the onboarding here. This is the stuff you're not seeing because I just showed you right into the app, but you onboard and you upload your stuff. And then you can see here, like, you choose your intensity. We have two different kind of recipes here, and you choose between hard and normal, and they all have, you know, the different plans that go along with it. So all this stuff was designed, prototyped in Figma, and then here we go. Here's the fun stuff, right? New tools, new fun things. The whole thing was then built using a no-code tool called Flutterflow. So I didn't code this. I used Flutterflow, and I had a developer actually help me with a little bit of it because it got really complex when it came to the back-end logic. This whole thing is being run off of like Google Firebase, which is like basically the development environment, the database for it. And then it's using Flutterflow for everything. So I'm doing authentication, logging in, logging out, tracking the user, tracking their progress, chatting with other users, putting them in groups. Everything is built here inside of Flutterflow. You can see my 60 Strong project. That's right here. Here it is. Here's all the screens for it. We can jump to all the pages. And if you don't know what Flutterflow is or what Flutter is basically the language where you can develop with one code base and then export everything out to a web app, an iOS app, an Android app. I don't have to have separate developers with separate code bases. I'm doing it here in Flutter. And in my case, because I like no-code tools, we're doing it inside of Flutterflow. It's a tool that's built on top of the Flutter technology, and then it's pushing everything out. So you can see here we have things like at some point the user will actually, they'll have to make a pact right here. You can see a lot of the complex logic that's happening, like when the user clicks that button and says, I agree, I'm going to take this challenge. We're going to make like a back-end call to Firebase, and we're going to query the Firestore, and if we've set all the references for stuff. So all of this is like back-end logic that's firing off, but we're just doing it in a very visual way. So if you want to build an application, there's actually so many cool tools out there. And the top two that I recommend is either Flutterflow, or I strongly recommend the other one. Oh no, I'm having a brain fart right now. No code app builder. Oh man, I have to think of the other one that I really, really like and that I've used in the past. But yeah, I definitely recommend no code tools. Oh, Bravo Studio. I like them a lot. I actually built a different app one time using Bravo Studio, and I think I have an entire tutorial series on the channel. So if you want to see me build something, Bravo Studio is actually really interesting because you just design your app in Figma, and then you just tag the layers with certain things, and just whoop, you suck the whole design up, you import it into Bravo Studio, and it reads all those little tags, and it spits out like a functioning app for you, and they help you do all the database stuff and the logic, which is super fun, right? So watch that whole series on my YouTube channel about building an entire, I think it was a board game app in Bravo Studio. I built that whole thing in a weekend in Bravo Studio, which is super fun. So so far, let's talk about all the things we're launching right now, because I'm like really excited about it. We have launched some client apps, right? So my new client, So Much Better, which is basically figuring out how you feel and tracking your emotions. We launched their app. I've launched my own personal app, which is a faith-based challenge app using Flutterflow. Everything has been designed in Figma in all of these. We've also relaunched the Design Champs website 2.0 so that it is fresh and fun and has all sorts of cool stuff inside of it. Monthly challenges, community built on Circle. Man, we're launching all the things. So let's answer some questions. Let's just get into Q&A time, because you might be like, and you might have shown up late and gone, I don't even know what we're talking about. We're just talking about launching cool stuff, projects that's fun, that I love, that I've been working on. Jenna says, no-code apps are great. Came a long way since Adobe Muse. Oh, Adobe Muse. That's a good Friday vibe right there to think about it. I know Adobe Max is happening right now, and there's some really, really cool stuff launching there. So that's really cool. Amir Mohammed says, what do you teach in the 30-day UI design course? That's a great question. Here, let's jump over to the page and you can take a look. Just head over to 30dayui.com, or pretty soon that website will cease to exist and it'll send you over here to Design Champs Courses 30-day UI. It teaches you everything you need to know about high fidelity design work. And you can do it either on your own time, take your time, or you can embark on the challenge. Can you tell that I like challenges? Yeah, there's a challenge aspect of it if you would like to do it in actually 30 days. That doing it that way is like the boot camp style, where you have to put in multiple hours a day for 30 days. Or you could just pick at it a little bit over however long you want to get it done, okay? But it's gonna teach you all the fundamentals, UI specifics, prototyping and design systems. You actually build a couple of capstone projects inside of it. So you can see we teach things like wireframing and visual design and all the fundamentals. We teach about lighting and shadows, typography, 8-point grids, columns, layout structures, color theory, accessibility. We teach about responsive, adaptive, modern styles, minimal styles, UI styles. Good Lord, look at all this. I'm getting PTSD actually thinking about the amount of time I spent filming and building this curriculum, but it is no quick course. So if you're looking for something meaty that will actually transform and change you as a designer, then that's the course for you. If you want some fun stuff, some quick stuff, just do free stuff here on this YouTube channel, or head over, sign up to be a free member of designchamps.io. And no, Heidi says, can I get your courses on Udemy? No, my stuff's not available on Udemy. It's all built and living here over at Design Champs. So you can, again, one of those new things, we're launching all of our courses here on designchamps.io. And it's really cool. You could basically just go, yeah, I want to enroll in this, and bam, like you can basically sign up really quickly and have access to it. Here's that new LottieFiles course. Super fun stuff. So great question. Murat says, what is your suggestion as an experienced UX UI designer to a newbie? Hey, that's a fantastic question. Murat, I would say that you have to really do three things. Number one, you have to learn. You have to get the skill set going. It's just part of it. Like, you can have all sorts of passion and excitement and motivation, but you do need a certain level of skill set to get past kind of that noob or newcomer. So within that first point of learning the skill set, I say take a course, watch a lot of YouTube videos, do whatever you need to do, read a book. I don't care. Just do something. It's the doing that actually makes you progress. So that's why, like, for instance, not to harp on it, but my course, the 30-day UI design course, it's not just about, learning thoughts or ideas or concepts. You're actually doing the whole time. So you need to do. Actually, one of the free things you could do and easy is just duplicate and copy other people's designs. Just tear it apart, put it back together, and just do lots of that. So learn the skill is number one. Number two is learn what that skill set, how that skill set actually gives or brings value to any organization, team, company, or freelance client. It's not enough for us to have a skill set. We have to then start figuring out, how does that skill set start to bring value? So here's the truth of like UI design or any design. It doesn't actually matter what it looks like. Oof. I know that's hard. It doesn't matter what it looks like. I can sell an ugly website and it be successful as long as it's hitting the mark and bringing value. So figuring out what type of value your skill set brings. Maybe it's improved experience. Maybe it's stroking the brand's ego. Maybe it's better conversion. Maybe it's more revenue. How does skills equate to value? So value, figuring out what value you have. That's piece number two. And then number three is really soft skills, is strengthening your soft skills, figuring out how to be a good communicator, how to be a good listener, how to be a good teammate, how to be good at documenting and sharing, how to be good at being consistent and disciplined. All those soft skills, communication, presentation, those are massive. So there's the actual difference between a junior designer and a senior designer is the senior designer has not only mastered the skill set. That's what junior designers do. They master the skill set. A mid-level designer has mastered the skill set and the value, and the senior designer has mastered the skill set, the value, and the presentation, communication, and leadership skills. You put those three things together, that's your trajectory to get to senior designer. Okay, quick question, Mohammed says, could you walk me through your thought process when you're assigned a project or feature you're unfamiliar with? How do you approach research and gather insights to design new, design new screens effectively? Mohammed, that's a great question. Let me take you to a brand new client project that I am going through right now. Okay, so I'm just going to bring that up because that is a fantastic question. So I have a brand new client that I'm working with, and we're rebuilding a website for them. They work in the IT industry. I know a little bit about the IT industry. I don't know a lot about the IT industry, but here's the first thing that I do with any client. This is the actual client document that I got done with. And what I do is I lead them through this client document and I ask them these questions. What problems are we trying to solve? What's the application need to do? What's the business opportunity? KPIs, user customers, why do they care? So I'm going to ask them hardcore value-driven business questions, and I've walked them through this entire client survey, annotating all the questions and answers that I need for me to start wrapping my mind around it. I just got done working with an oil and gas client. I know nothing about natural gas estimators, but I walked them through the same kind of questionnaire, and that helped me to understand. So first is the diagnostic portion of any project, where I have to ask lots of questions, and I'm going to ask the types of questions that matter. Like if you go into a doctor's office, they can ask you any old questions you want, but like if a doctor asks me what my favorite color is, that's not helping them do their job. So you need to learn how to ask the right questions to help you better do your job. And that's where a client survey like this one comes in handy. By the way, if you want that client survey, if you sign up to be a design champion, then you can actually find that inside of premium resources. Look right there. There's your proposal. There's surveys. There's a branding project survey. There's all sorts of stuff. So getting a hold of the right questions, and these are the questions that I still ask to this day. After that, then I do a current audit of their product, and you can see this is a messy FigJam file of us auditing their current website. So we're looking at things like SEO and their current design. We're looking at their competitors. We're looking at things they like. We're doing information architecture assessments and suggestions, and we're starting to design messy things here that we might think would work better. We're going to make suggestions for layout and organization. So we do the diagnostics, we ask the questions, we assess and ask the right questions. Then we start researching and getting messy ideas down on the page. Then I start doing things like visualization or like visual inspiration hunting. You know, what works and what doesn't work. How do we want this to look? I'm also in the background doing boring content work. So all of this, before you get to the fun stuff, to the pixels, to the color, to the typography, you got to do the hard work. And so to answer your question, what's the process is you have to do the behind the scenes work, which is all the information, questions, diagnostics, value work first. And then you can start taking all of that research and applying it to the actual product, website, application, whatever it is that you're doing? That's a great question. That's a quick question with a long answer. Let's see. So let's do another one. How can you improve your presentation skills when you're very shy and very nervous? I would say for introverts, for shy people, for nervous people, to improve your communication and your presentation skills, it's not about becoming an extrovert, because you can't do that. You're not an extrovert, you're an introvert, and that's awesome. Like, you are awesome with as who you are. But what it really comes down to is, and this is for introverts and extroverts alike, is preparation and making sure that you are succinct and clear. That's it. So be short, be succinct, be clear, and prepare yourself. Know what you're going to say, know who you're speaking to, know what they need to hear, what they're hoping to hear. Like if I'm going to go into a meeting with, somebody in the art department or design department, all they want to see is visuals, me probably talking about business stuff or UX research is going to bore them. But I can talk about business and UX research if I quickly and succinctly and clearly make that immediately relevant to what they're looking for, right? Which visual direction are we going? Hey, I could tell you, like when it comes to visual direction, here's why what we think, and here's why. I'm going to show you all these other things I've prepared, and it relates back to the thing you're talking about. So it's all about preparing and being really clear and crisp and succinct about things. So Let's see. I've taken a break from design for my studies, and I am missing design. That's good. You should miss design. Design's a whole lot of fun. Let's see. I hope you're doing well. I have been learning the basics of Figma, and now I'm able to create websites from Figma with eye-catching animations. I'm curious to know if this makes me UI UX. That would technically make you a web designer who uses Figma. UI and UX design is a little bit different, although there are aspects of UI and UX design that are in web design. But when we think about building out, for instance, a website, like this is a website me and my team are building right now, that's very, very different than building out a mobile application and all of the states and interstitials and interactions and animations and user flows and user journeys. That's a separate kind of thing, okay? I actually have a quick little course on this inside of Design Champs. So you can go to designchamps.io, sign up for free. You can take the UI UX design basics course. This one gives you an insight to all, just like really quick, like 24 lessons, 4 hours of content, UI and UX design and how it applies. I think there's even a capstone project in there for a mobile app. Kind of fun. Take that one. It's a little bit different. Hey folks, I gotta get going here soon, but I'm really, really excited. And I would love for you to join us because I'm about to kick over here to a Plus event in like 15 minutes where I cover the new Figma UI 3. We talk about the new AI features. And that's the whole goal for these Plus events. So if you want to get into that, all you got to do is sign up to be a Plus member. It gets you into these events as well as like upcoming events, access to all the past events that we do. Look at all these fun events that we're launching and doing. We're talking about freelancing and office hours and using UI kits and role playing and Figma local variables. That was a really fun event. I would go replay that one if you come in because it's a good time, as well as getting access to like the chat rooms and question and answer, Q&A, like FAQ boards and stuff like that. So jump in, join me. I'm about to log off of this because I got to get over there in 7 minutes. Hey, but I hope you are doing well. I hope you're launching really cool stuff, and I want to support you as you're launching those cool things, whether it is you're launching your career or you're launching your freelance business, you're launching a product, you're launching a client project or a website, whatever you're doing. I want to support you like you guys are supporting me right now. So I would just come in Design Champs and allow me to support you. That would be really, really fun. And I'm so thankful that you guys showed up today. I'm just going to end this stream by saying you guys are awesome. Hope you have a fantastic Friday. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Keep designing amazing things, making stuff, staying creative, staying curious, and we'll see you in the next one.